Hello everybody, and welcome to another one of our videos here with Dan. Last week we were talking about changing your mind or going through that process, and we mentioned that maybe you can't always begin by basing things off the Bible because they may not have as strong a belief in the Bible as you do. And so what I've asked Dan to do is just real short, quick as we go, but give us maybe 2-3 pointers on where we might start with someone who doesn't have the Bible as the basis of their thought.
All right, one place, the two places I would suggest you go, one is Apologetics Press and the other is Focus Press. And these two publication places are all about Christian evidences, evidences that point to the existence of God, evidence that proves, gives good scientific backup for the veracity of the Bible and all that kind of stuff. So those are two resources you can go to begin to give things to your friend that would point them in the direction of believing in God and believing in the Bible.
Okay.
Another good source is, and I'm not saying this because it's from me, there are other people, but there's this series that we did called Bibley on Bible Mysteries Revealed, and it's on how we got the Bible. It's on the inspiration of the Bible, how were the books chosen for the Bible, how were the manuscripts copied and recopied, and can we trust translations?
Yeah. And
if you go to our church website or globalpreachertraining.com website, you can find these videos, and or you can find some lectures on how we got the Bible at our church website, right? BroadwayCoc.com.
Or search us on YouTube.
Yes, and those would be very good for your friends to get a handle on why we believe the Bible to be inspired by God.
Yeah.
Then, the third thing I would say is J.D. Thomas has an old book, and it's really good. It's called Facts and Faith, and it's about the philosophies behind accepting the supernatural or just accepting the natural, and the assumptions that we all make that lead us to where we go in our thinking. And one of the assumptions is, do I believe in the supernatural? Do I admit the possibility of the supernatural? Because if you've got the parting of Red Seas and the creation, and you've got virgin births, and you've got raising people from the dead, well, that's obviously supernatural.
Yes.
So what's the philosophical mindset that gets us there, and what if we don't believe in anything supernatural? If we only believe in matter, then what are the implications of that? And when you really look at that, you realize that there's a vast difference in those, and most of you out there don't want to accept that idea that there's just matter.
Yeah.
Because if that's true, nothing means anything and nobody's driving the machine.
Yeah. And I see a lot more of that. When I go to videos online and different things, there's a lot more of that sort of philosophy floating out there.
Yes, there is. So anyway, those might be some suggestions that help if your friend doesn't believe in the Bible and maybe doesn't believe in God, but rather than you telling them, to give them some of these resources that they can just listen to and maybe think about, and maybe it'll crack open a door where they're ready to think about God.
Yeah, and so with all of this, there's always that element of let them kind of explore it on their own. Let them
you
come
can't
with more
force
questions.
people to believe. You have to give them time to process things.
Yeah, and I think we can, in today's day and age, we can hope for that fast conversion. And we hear stories of that in other countries, and we think that's the norm, but in the U.S., we're becoming a lot more like, the European, we call them the post-Christian nations, where it's going to be sometimes years of work, years of relationship with those people.
And that's really important, the relationship.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for those suggestions. And again, we look forward to your questions, and we appreciate that we're all trying to dig into the Bible and grow this year. So we hope you have a great day. Bye.
Bye.